Hey guys, Steve Ball here with Cars and Chrome. Today's the day. I promised you guys I would do a full walk around on my 1968 El Camino Super Sport. So that's what I'm going to do today. A few notes on the car. I've owned this now for about 33 years. Bought it from the original owner out in California. It did spend two or three years in Pennsylvania before he moved to California. And I bought this back in around 1989, I believe it was. It was completely original. It had been sitting around for about 10 years or so under a tree outside, and paint was faded out, had some surface rust on it here and there, but very little, super minimal. Interior was pretty nice at the time. The engine, it's a factory 396, 350 horse L34 engine backed by a turbo 400 transmission. And engine, it ran and drove, it drove great, but the engine was tired, had a flat cam in it, had some lobes that were worn off. So at that point I pulled the engine and started going from there. Once I pulled the engine, it was pretty much one thing after another, and ended up doing a full restoration on it over the years. The way you see it now, it's in its factory ermine white color. It's a CC paint code. I believe the vehicle was built in March of 1968 in the Kansas City plant. Right now it's sitting on American Torque Thrust 2 wheels, 15 by 8s in the rear, 15 by 7 in the front. The rear tires are the BF Goodrich TA radials. It sits on 255/60 15s in the rear, and the front are 215/70 15s in the front. The rears have a 10-inch wide tread width, and I believe the fronts are 8-inch wide tread width. It does have a remote driver's side mirror, factory air conditioning, the turbo 400 trans, AM FM radio, and I think that's about it. Most of the parts on this car are original, very few aftermarket parts. So on that note, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, and I'll pull it out of the garage and do a complete walk around. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for this thing to warm up for another moment or so, I'll tell you some funny stories. We used to use these cigarette lighters back in the day. I think it was probably the late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in there, maybe throughout the 80s. But we used to use these cigarette lighters for smoking our weed, which I'm sure some of you guys have done the same thing, more than likely. If not, well, now you know. That's why they don't put them in cars anymore. No, I don't know, I'm just kidding. But we'd pop these things back in their hole, let them glow. You know, they'd come out glowing red, and you'd dump a little pinch of weed in there and share it between yourself and your buddy, and you just hold it, you know, an inch or two from your mouth and breathe the smoke as it was bellowing out of this thing. Pretty cool. GM knew what they were doing, I guess, back then, but those days are long gone. I'm not smoking weed or nothing anymore. And the seat belts, GM lap belts, were perfect for opening beer bottles. The way they designed them, they fit perfect. It was like they were made for it. Maybe GM did make them for that, I don't know. I doubt it, but they were so perfect it made me wonder. That was just great back in the day. Sitting at a park or at a buddy's house and crack your beer open with your seatbelt buckle. So anyways, on that note, let's go ahead and get this thing backed out of the garage and head over to the golf course. I'll see you over there. Alright guys, here we are at the golf course. I'm going to go ahead and do a full walk around. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments there and I'll get back to you on that. As far as the sheet metal goes, it's got a factory original front bumper. Headlight buckets are all factory. Grill, header panel, front fenders, hood. All the glass is original except for the front glass. Factory ermine white paint, been repainted once. It was painted back in about 2006. She is a beauty. I had thought about selling this quite a few times over the years and could never do it. It's had a few changes over the years. Back when I first started building it, I painted the whole engine compartment red. It was a some Dodge color, Dodge Stealth red. It was like almost like the Corvette torch red. It was really bright with just a hint of orange in it, super bright. I had the wheel wells in the front painted, you know, the firewall, everything under the hood was painted red. And then when I decided to do the full restoration, I changed my mind, decided to go with ermine white instead of painting the whole car red. And that's when I went back to the factory black engine bay color. I built this whole car myself. I built the engine, the transmission, the rear end, all the mechanical, had it stripped down to just a bare shell. Had someone paint it. It's the only thing I didn't do. Other than that, I've had my hands on every nut and bolt on this whole car. Go ahead and take you inside, show you around the inside. That's the factory remote side driver's mirror. There's the little knob there you use to adjust the mirror. Still retains the factory door panels. I know, unbelievable. Especially a car that was sitting outside for about 10 years out in California. It was under a big oak tree though, so it was shaded most of the time. Not bad for an original door panel. Look at the bottom of those. Even the bottom of these doors, oh my goodness. No rust. Seat was redone. I had a guy do that, a shop do that. That's Legendary Auto Interiors. Supplied me with the seat upholstery. Fantastic job there they did making that. Looks amazing. Carpets was replaced back in 1990, I believe. Steering wheel's got a few little tiny cracks in it, but nothing major. Unbelievable. Horn works. Everything works on this car. Squirter bottle for the wipers. Wipers work. The only thing that doesn't work is the clock. Everything, yeah, except two things, the clock and the radio. Other than that, everything works, if that makes any sense. It's got the AM, FM radio. And how you work that, for those who don't know, there's on FM now. You slide this over, and now you got the AM. Put it back. FM. It's amazing. Still has the original dash pad. Not a single crack. The other door panel is just as nice as the driver's side. Headliner was redone back in I think 2000 and, well, during the restoration, so about 2006. Got the storage box behind the driver's seat, which they all had. They call it a smuggler's box, maybe. Storage box. I don't have a spare tire in it right now. I'd probably call for a flatbed anyways if anything happened. Door sills aren't too bad. They're a little dinged up, but factory original. That's about it for the inside. American Racing torque thrust 2s. The exhaust used to run all the way out the back, and I got tired of that look and how it hung down. You could really see the pipe all the way down, and out the back you could see it. It just looked terrible from the side. It looked good from the back, but so I got it running out the side now. I'll go ahead and pop the hood and let you check that out. All rebuilt. I went ahead and converted it from the what is it, R34 or something like that, Freon. Converted it over to the what the hell is that? Is it 134A, the new refrigerant? Not the new, but the other stuff. Hell, I can't remember that shit. So, anyways, it's converted over. It's a factory AC car. Still retains the factory, the box and all that, stuff like that. I just got a smaller compressor, aluminum compressor. I still have the original compressor. I may redo that one day, have a company rebuild it and put it on, have it all factory looking, get it back to factory. But AC blows cold, it's working great. No, this vehicle is not for sale at this point in time. Original alternator, date coded. It's not the factory original alternator, but it's a date coded correct alternator for this vehicle. Rebuilt by Ken Bruno over at Ken Bruno Motorsports. I think he's out of New York. A lot of companies rebuild these. He did a fantastic job on this. It's like brand new. Everything was replaced, everything. And I had to hunt down an original date-coated water pump because I wanted to go back to the original water pump and get rid of my aluminum stuff on here. I had a polished chrome intake manifold and a polished aluminum water pump. I went back to the original, so I bought a date-coated proper water pump from who's that guy from Be Cool? No, not Be Cool. Chevy Cool. Ron Burke is his name. Ron Burke. He has a company called Chevy Cool, and he rebuilds water pumps. He might rebuild other stuff too, I'm not sure, but he does a great job on rebuilding water pumps. He's out of Arizona. It retains the cast iron exhaust manifolds. Got the heavy duty radiator by DeWitt's. Had great cooling with that. This thing will run in the summer at about 177, 180 all day long on the engine temp. It's got the factory 7-blade fan there, clutch fan. Did a disc brake conversion up front. It was 4-wheel drums. It's got a Rochester. It's got a completely rebuilt Rochester carburetor from Quadrajet Power. There's other companies as well that do those. I had good luck with them, and it wasn't cheap, but they recolored the carburetor and rebuilt the whole thing. So far, so good. That's about it under the hood. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them as best as I can. I'll go ahead and start this up, let you listen to it. All the side trims, all original. All the bed trim, window trim, all that stuff. It's all original. I did end up putting a aftermarket rear bumper on it. I still have my original. I hope to get it chromed one day. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of car show videos coming up soon. Spring is on the way, or it's here already. What the hell do I know? What is it? April 1st is coming, so I guess spring's on the way. So check back, maybe ring the bell for notifications on my upcoming video if you want. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll be doing lots of car show videos. And for those who don't know, subscriptions are free. I've been talking to people over the last couple months, and a lot of people think that you have to pay for a subscription to YouTube, and that's not the case. You just hit subscribe and you can click on the bell for notifications, and it's that simple. No money involved. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye. Yeehaw. I always enjoy driving this fucking thing. It is great. Excuse my language, but I love this damn car. It is fun. Should probably do a big old smoky donut for y'all. We used to do a lot of donuts back in the day. A lot of burnouts, a lot of donuts. Not so much anymore. Rubber gets pretty damn expensive.